Hello, I'm here with Aranda Bell.
Hello.
She is a DeVos graduate from 2014. She earned her MBA with us here in Cedar Hill.
Yes.
And I'm here today to talk to her a little bit about what she does and why she liked Northwood. So,
Absolutely.
Aranda, tell me what it is you do now for a living.
Okay.
And then tell me what it is you do for fun.
Okay. All right. So for a living, as you all can see, you see the books behind me. I actually work in what I consider to be the best place in the entire world. It's a library. I work at the Zula B. Wiley Public Library, and I have been here for about 7.5 years. And so that is what I do for a living.
Okay.
I am the manager of library services. For fun, I absolutely love to travel. I love traveling to new places. I love to explore different cultures and just learn new things. I'm a learner, so I always love discovering and exploring new places and new things.
Woman after my own heart. I do the same thing. So why did you choose Northwood when it came time to earn your MBA? You got your bachelor's degree at K-State.
Yes.
And
So Kansas State University in Manhattan, Kansas. I am a Kansas girl. Now a Texan by way of Kansas. But I chose Northwood. Actually, it was a very deliberate decision. Before Northwood, and you may not know this through your research, but I actually took a few classes at a few different universities in their graduate programs. So Northwood was actually my third graduate university that I tried. I was looking for a university that aligned with what I wanted to do, my personal values, my personal ethics, and my personal view of leadership. Of course, I believe that leadership is not necessarily a skill, but it's who you are. And I've always felt passionate about working with others. And I wanted to pursue a program that really helped me to develop those leadership skills, but also align with the style of leadership that I felt called to be, servant leadership. And so my sister actually started the Northwood program and graduated before I started.
Okay.
And she was so excited about it, and was, as she shared different conversations and articles and research that they did, it just really intrigued me to look at their program. I had never considered Northwood because I just wasn't real familiar with it.
Right.
But once I started having conversations with her about the program, I said, I think this might be the path for me. In addition to that, the city of Cedar Hill, of course, the convenience of it being right here in this community, and the city helping with the tuition reimbursement program that they have, it was just a great fit from all aspects. And also the philosophy of Northwood's MBA program, the fact that it's different, it's not just focused on the skills. Of course, it's great to know about Six Sigma, and it's great to know about accounting, and it's great to know about cash flow statements and balance sheets and all of those things. But I really like how they took they had a unique curriculum that focused more on also developing as a leader, and being able to interact with people from all different industries. In my cohort, I had people from the automotive industry, from, that worked at plants, that worked for the military, just different backgrounds. So having that those diverse perspectives really made the class rich for me.
Now, you mentioned cohort.
Yes.
Did you like that?
Absolutely.
And you're still friends with?
I am.
Okay, that's what I always hear.
We became more of a family.
That's what I've heard, yes.
Than just a cohort. One thing that I remember doing in the first few weeks of our class with Tara Peters, we had to create a charter as a cohort. So we had accountability groups. And so each group had to create charters. And basically that charter outlined how we were going to communicate, how we were going to hold each other accountable, and how we were going to work together. But as a cohort, we had a lot of fun. We hung out and had dinner, and, we still keep in touch. We follow each other on Facebook. We celebrate together. In fact, one of my classmates just recently had a new baby, and we celebrated the birth of his baby together. Nice. Some of us have moved to other places, but we definitely keep in touch, and it's more family. We're more family.
And you talk about accountability. One of the things I talk to people about in the cohort model is you often come to class prepared to work with your cohort, not so much to impress the professor or to say, oh, I did my homework. You're there because the classroom is very participative.
Oh, yes.
And so if you come to class and you're not ready, it's your cohort that's going to hold your feet to the fire, not your professor.
Absolutely. In fact, we were graded on our contribution. And there were contribution factors that we actually had to utilize. So if we noticed that there was a cohort member who maybe they weren't interacting with the conversation, they weren't didn't seem to be engaged in the research that we were working on, we were responsible for pulling them in, for helping them to re-engage or asking questions for clarification. And that was part of our grade and how we were evaluated. So yes, it's about holding each other, not just accountable, but learning from one another. And we, there were countless times that we meet outside of class to work on projects. Even showing up for those outside of class meetings, holding each other accountable. We said we committed to this. So, making sure that everyone was on the same page. But it's definitely, we learned how to work through even conflict. There's sometimes conflict, folks, life happens.
It
so
does.
Schedules change. Sometimes things don't get communicated, but we were accountable to work through that. And we came out, I believe, stronger together. And we still, if there's a question I have, even if it's professional or personal, I feel that I can reach out to one of them and get another point of view. And definitely have to give a big shout out to Dr. Peters, Tara Peters. She is still a mentor. I consider her to be a mentor of mine because I feel that she is just an email or a text or a phone call away.
Always.
And so that culture, I just don't feel like I would have gotten that anywhere else. So Northwood has definitely been a blessing.
Great. Thank you. So when you think about Northwood and the leadership skills that you learned there, how has that helped you in your career, both here at the library, and I also know that you are a part of the Chamber of Commerce.
Yes.
How does your Northwood degree help you in those areas?
Well, we talked a lot about leadership, going back to that. I'm very passionate about that. But about helping, when we are developing as leaders, it's not about us. It's really about helping others also to grow. And, feedback. We did a lot of feedback exercises. I remember one time we did it was like a speed dating exercise, but it was about giving feedback. So getting real comfortable with giving feedback and knowing how to do that so that it can be effective. That was very helpful, and I utilize that so much in what I do here at the library. Also listening. We talked a lot about, just listening as a leader. 70% of what we do is listening, and not so much already having the answer, but listening and trying to collaborate and come up with the best solution. It doesn't have to be just my idea. And that definitely has been helpful, as even being part of the board of directors for the chamber. This year I'm the chair, 2018 chair, and a lot of, we do discuss different topics. We discuss things that, things that we may want to change, things that are working and not working, evaluating. And so the skills that I learned at Northwood have definitely helped prepare me for my role as the chair, as that person who, and sometimes, we have to listen to all sides and then make a decision and move forward.
That's right.
And that's also part of leadership. But definitely Northwood and the articles. In fact, I still have my binder and the electronic articles as well, the Harvard Business Review articles that I will go back and reference. We also did the OmniQuest. I don't know if they still do that.
They still do, yes.
But that was one of my favorite parts, because we would read a common book and have discussions about it. And, I still do that even with the staff here. We read books together. We
really at a library.
I know, believe it or not. And I introduced the for our chamber board this year. I asked everyone to read The Go-Giver. Okay. And that was really based around what we did at Northwood as well, having those thoughtful discussions and having that it creates a common ground for everyone to be able to kind of connect to. And so, Northwood is definitely part of that.
Very good. So, one last question. What advice would you give to your younger self, knowing what you know now?
I think the advice would be, because I remember when I was in high school, I was always making lists of things that I wanted to accomplish, and I put deadlines on them.
Okay.
So I knew, at 16, I said, okay, by the time I'm 22, I'm going to do this and finish this degree. By the time I am 24, I'm going to do this. And my younger self, I would look back, because I've actually met more goals in my life than I even planned at that time, but not necessarily in the time frame that I said when I was at that age. Right. But I would look back and tell my younger self to trust the journey, but definitely always continue dreaming and envisioning what the next step will be, and continue to think of ways that you can make a difference. Before coming into library world, I was in the educational field, and one of the things that was kind of a motto that I had, and I still have it now, we are here to impact the lives of others. And so it doesn't matter in what way we're coming into contact with that person, whether it be in the classroom, whether it be in the library, out in the community. I feel like our purpose is to make a positive impact on another person's life. So one of my favorite quotes that I like to share is by Gandhi, and it is, be the change you wish to see in the world. And that's something that no matter what role I'm in, I want to be a change maker and hopefully bring about a positive change.
Well, Aranda, thank you so much.
Thank you,
for your time.
I appreciate you all you reaching out to me.
Yes.
And definitely want to just reach out to anyone who watches this and say that if you are on the fence trying to decide what direction to take, please consider Northwood. I promise you that it will be one of the best decisions that you make in your life. And I don't regret it at all. In fact, I'm constantly telling other people about it and trying to recruit.
Well, thank you.
Because I believe in the program. So thank you.
Thank you.